dialogue, we gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No. Not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall underground. Underground dialogue, we gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No. Not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul too.
What's going on, man? It's your big brother K-Reno.
And your boy Keith Stone.
And y'all are tuned in to another episode of the Underground Dialogue Podcast where the name speaks for itself. As y'all can see, man, we have another legend sitting in this middle seat, man.
Yes, sir.
This man is a screwed up click legend. He's an H-Town legend. He's a hip-hop legend. He has been in the game for 2 decades plus and has released some of the most iconic and memorable and recognizable hits to ever come out of the city of Houston. We are proud to say that he is one of our own, man, that have been repping for us in the South and the Southern region for the longest. One of the dopest lyricists to come out of our city. So we're honored to have this man with us tonight. The one and only, the fat rat with the cheese, Lil O is in the building.
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, how you feeling, family number?
I'm feeling blessed, man. First of all, man, I just want to say I'm honored to be here, man. And just to hear you say those words about me and to come from you is just, it's really been, I'm really in a blessed moment in my life. God really been good to me right now. And everything, energy just flowing real good. So to hear those words coming from K-Reno to me, as an H-Town nigga, that's a big deal to me, bro. I'm honored, for real. That meant a lot to me. That's like a full circle moment to me. I'm honored to get an intro like that from a man like you, and I humble myself in front of the world and say it to you. You're a big deal to me. Thank you, man.
And I reciprocate that, and it ain't no smoke, but it ain't no smoke. It's the real deal. You earned it.
Thank you.
Earned that accolade and that title because you are a wordsmith. You are a craftsman of words, and listening to your music over all these years, it's not hard to tell that you sit down and intricately put the work in, the time in to work on your stuff, man.
Thank you.
What you've been working on, man? What's been going on with it, though? Because we don't see you much. You only come out when necessary.
I was gonna say this too, because I was watching some old videos of Lil O, right? Yeah. And I gotta congratulate you. We can call you Lil O again now.
Yes,
sir.
Well, let's get right into that, man. I ain't know. What the hell is going on? What happened?
You talking about my baby? I just had my first child, man. I just blessed with a daughter, man, and it's just I always thought I had grind before her, man, and I always thought I was disciplined before her. Yeah. But now as a father, man, it's just I'm a different kind of animal. She's already made me a better man. So thank you. I appreciate the
congratulations. And the weight loss.
Health is wealth. Health is wealth, man. Health is wealth. I always tell people it's like I'm at the age now where I really you lose friends. I'm used to losing friends. Yeah, I think as black men we all used to losing friends like from violence or the streets. Yeah. But once you get to a certain age now and you start seeing shit, it hit different when people are having heart attacks. People are having strokes. You seeing some of your partners have to learn how to walk again, or someone that had to take care of. And it hit different because you already know how we grew up in these H-Town streets, the type of drugs we did. To see a young nigga on dialysis, all that shit now. So it's like when you seeing all that and you lucky enough to still have help, and the discipline to change it, you got to get better. Because the money don't mean nothing if you're not healthy.
It's true,
you think you got problems till you ain't got your health. So I too many of my partners started dropping, and I started seeing the health problems they had. And I just said, man, I don't want to be successful and not be healthy. It's just so I think I'm down like about 80, 90%.
That's what I was just saying, because I seen the video. I was gonna come here and say, do you still want to call Lil O?
You know, cause you know, we always pump each other up. We big boys. We Texans.
Yeah.
We not, you know, the girls, maybe in that state they say have a 6-pack. In Texas, the baller belly, the double cup, eating good. Ain't no reason for me to stop. And never, the bitches love me more, and you know what I'm saying? So I never had no reason to stop till you finally saying, man, look, I need to get healthy. I want to live a healthy lifestyle. I need to drink water. And then I feel so much better. So the only reason I'm telling you this and saying this is so many of us, we hesitate because we think it's but when you do it, you're gonna be like, man, I should have been did this, man.
And you know what? Too?
You feel so much better.
People always think that to change your lifestyle as far as your eating habits, they feel like they giving up something. They losing something. Now you are giving up something. You're giving up a faster death sentence on yourself. But the thing is, what we lack more than anything is the discipline. Yeah. We don't have the way the food is made today is so addictive. Yeah. And it's so geared up to have these elements in it that make us just crave it, like a drug. Yeah. What are some of the things that you did for people who might be listening that's going through that struggle? What are some of the things you did health-wise that created that transformation?
I put down the cup. Wow. I put down the cup. Yeah. I quit sipping drink. That's the man. If you look at the Can't Leave Drink Alone video with me and Ro, or even look at some of my lady, one of my videos, just the size I was in the T Lee video. Okay. Yeah, that's And then if you look at the size now, you know, it's like that cup, man. You know, it make a big difference. I had to put the cup down. You know, I'm not gonna care. Maybe if it's my birthday or something special, but more, you know, more than that, I put the cup down.
It ain't a daily thing.
It's not even a monthly, yearly. I might not like, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. It's just I don't want someone to be like, well, oh, said that is, you know what I'm saying. But to pretty much tell the truth, I've eliminated it from my lifestyle. Okay. I don't drink alcohol as much. I might drink once or twice. Yeah. Oh, so I'm a social drinker now. You know what I'm saying. I exercise every day, literally 7 days a week. I go to the gym. That's just part of my lifestyle now. You know what I'm saying? I don't eat a lot of fast food, fried foods. That's like
that's perfect.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And
that's a choice, man.
Yeah, but it's what I gained from it is so much better. Like it start off you thinking you sacrificing. Okay. But once you hit a level and start seeing the results of how you feel and how you breathe and you gain so much, you realize, you're feeling good, man. The only thing I say is weed. That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. And they're healthy. And to me, that does a lot for my mind spirits. To each his own, but it's really a drug-free lifestyle and watching what you eat. You know what I'm saying? That's the bottom line.
It's choices, man. Like I said, when we don't implement this self-discipline, it's because as black people, you know, we have so many conditions, man, that lead to, and like you say, as you get older, see, it's a back-end, front-end mentality that I like to tell the people, like, whatever you do on the front end is going to directly affect what happens to you on the back end down the line.
That's so powerful.
If you blessed enough to think and have this consciousness, and we had this in our 20s. Yeah. You know, some young guy had this in his 20s or teens. Then by the time he gets to 40, if he don't get hit by a bus or a piano fall in his head, then he gonna be in pretty good shape.
For sure.
You know, so I think it's something that has to be taught, because what do you think the role is in music, if any, that has kind of promoted those things, those negative things that we intake, the drink and the drugs and all, and alcohol? Mm-hmm. Are you one of the people who feel like music has a responsibility and has been complicit in that? Or are you like, nah, teach his own?
To be honest, this is a question I've tussled with a lot my whole career. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Because at the same time, an artist, and I feel I can say that because I have built a reputation of the type of music I make. Yeah. I think anybody that listens to Lil O knows that I don't make anything that's not well calculated. You can tell I put a lot of thought and heart and passion into my music. Yes, so when you listen to my music, I think anybody will know it's my art.
Yeah.
I grew up on the southwest side of H-Town. We grew up in certain things in the streets. When I talk about things, it's not actually to glorify it. It's part of my experiences in life. You get what I'm saying? And when I say it, I think I tell it from a point of the honesty of it. Because one thing we all know, maybe to the guys that don't know, the streets don't, 9 times out of 10, it don't end pretty.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? If you really telling the story, you will know 9 times out of 10 it ends pretty. I made it can't rain forever. So when I talk about street life, I'm also telling you about being gone for years and people that ain't coming home. You know.
That's what I was about to say. One of the things you said that I always remember.
Yeah.
You say if somebody feel like they can get away, they can do it to you and get away with it. Don't believe that they won't do it.
Oh man!
And then one of the most influential songs that's motivating to me, that I think he counters that.
Yeah.
You know, when there's so much negative coming in, counter it. Because as a person that started his own stuff, one of the most powerful songs I ever heard was fucking Food on the Table.
Ooh,
Food on the goddamn table, Lil O.
So as a man that said that, I think the streets will stand on it. I think I've always been responsible with my music.
Yeah.
When to answer your question,
I agree.
I won't never make the streets look pretty, especially now as an older guy.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because I know what hell awaits you, and I know, man. Look, I'm a defeated street nigga.
Yeah.
I'ma do right.
Right.
You can't.
Y'all got it.
I'm defeated. I know what these you can't. I'm not a young punk.
Yeah.
I know what these niggas gonna do.
Right.
I know all this. I know what they gonna do. So it's like knowing the pain and what I've been through and survived, and how much I just love the youth and my people.
Yeah.
There's no way I can tell you about the streets and not give you all of your straight lace, no chase.
Yeah.
And when I do that, I think you'll be able to take make your own decision. But you will never listen to Lil O music and think the streets is all good. I can't do that. My heart won't let me do that.
Yeah, no glorification.
Yeah.
And young people so impressionable that they're not able to separate I guess the art from the reality. And sometimes they could even misconstrue the lesson. Like you breaking down the lesson, they ain't catching it. It's like I just heard the part when he ascended in the dope game, he became a kingpin and he stopped right there. Yeah. But that's a beautiful point, man. What was your upbringing like in terms of because a lot of people that got involved in the streets or whatever, some of them had to do it. Yeah. Other people, they had mama and dad.
Absolutely.
What was your upbringing like? And because what drove you to say, I'm gonna get out here on the block or whatever you might have did?
For those that know, I grew up in Southwest Houston, but I think a lot of people know now, or those that really listen to my music, I'm actually a Nigerian immigrant. I was born in Nigeria. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm the son of Nigerian immigrants. My daddy was actually a doctor. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So growing up, I think there's stuff that you don't really understand till you get older, cause we live in the era of social media now. You know how long I've been Lil O. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You can't be who I am and rap this long and my whole story without. You have to be who you are. Yeah. You have to be who you are. Yeah. You can't say, you can't be on social media now and say, I was a kingpin, I was gangster. Man. You know, I've been Lil O, the fat rat with the cheese for 3 decades. Right. I'm a trap legend where I'm from. Before I ever rapped a lyric, I'm saying I can say that. Right. And if anybody called me a lie, it would be too many niggas that would be like, that boy ain't lying.
Pulling them receipts out.
You get what I'm saying? But what I noticed was, the difference was growing up. I think when you're the son of African immigrants, from the beginning, we're trained to go because we're trained in survival. So many times you would always have, man, I heard his old man got money, or this and that, or whoop. So I think people sometimes, if you don't know our culture, you would think that, that means that we get everything. Yeah. But I had a job and was hustling since 9 years old. Yeah. If you grew up on Southwest Houston, we had a paper called The Advocate in the Houston. I was the paper boy.
Okay.
Me and my big brother, I still you see how light my palms is? At 9 or 10, we would wake up, we would roll the papers in the bag. And by the time I was done rolling it, my palms would be pitch black.
Yeah.
And my mom, I still remember, God bless her soul, my mom would be like, don't touch that wall, I'm gonna whoop your ass.
Yeah.
Because it would leave handprints.
Right.
You put them big heavy bags on.
Yeah.
And we would go throughout the whole neighborhood delivering the paper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's how I've always had. I never could get Jordans because you have an African. It's not that he didn't have them, money,
Yeah.
but where they come from, it's like they can't. A grown man don't get $200 shoes till he's 35 and a successful man.
Right.
A child can't ask for those kind of things
Right.
and make it make sense. And it's crazy you asked me this because I'm coming to a full circle now, because sometimes I would see some of the other kids that I grew up with years later, and whenever I would ask them what their plan was, what's the plan? What are you doing with your life? What are you doing with your life? The plan was always, well, when my daddy dies. And I couldn't understand that because one, I want my dad to live a long time.
Right.
Two, we weren't raised to have any safety net. We was raised to be our own, man.
Yeah.
Three, I don't want to. By the time you done asking for something, you gonna feel so ashamed that you gonna be so determined to figure it out on your own that you ain't even gonna want to do it. So what turned out is me just wanting a way to get some Jordans, and my homeboy that just so happened to be a trapper, taught me.
Okay.
I was very smart. Look, we have to read your books in my family. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was a straight A student,
Wow.
but anything we put our minds to, we excel at. So what started off is just one shoes turned into, wait a second, a light bulb went off in my head.
Okay.
And I became good at it.
Right.
And from the end, I just took off, and me and my niggas just, we made quite a name for ourselves out the West, but just a young, ambitious kid. And a lot of the older D-boys, they understood this little kid is different.
Yeah.
He's disciplined. I'm the nigga, you give him some work, he really gonna, you back already, little nigga? I was just always focused, disciplined. And that's how I took off. And that's how I became the Fat Rat with the Cheese. People think that's a rap name, but back then, before niggas got on social media and said, I do this, we would talk on code.
Yeah.
And cheese is what we call
I got
work.
to, That's what I was gonna say. Because like nowadays, having the name the Fat Rat with the Cheese, with all this YSL and 6ix9ine.
But you want to know what's so crazy? You want to know what's so crazy? People is like, you talking to a certified trap legend talking about how he got Rat in his name.
Yeah.
But we know who really ratting them niggas you in the section with.
Mm-hmm.
That's who naming the paperwork.
Yeah.
And let's I'll even go as far as these niggas that ain't even been in the streets, they really capping, because guess what? As long as these niggas rich, they gonna fuck with them anyways. Snitching and all.
Yeah.
Yes, up man, the streets is a lie. It's a lie. You can't play them games with me. I'm the Fat Rat with the Cheese, and my name ain't in no paper.
You say, I'm waiting on the day when these rappers come out and they rap name is like MC Snitch. And it's gonna be accepted.
You can't fake and shake with me. I know some niggas that is snitches that you won't even tell them they'll snitch to their face because they'll shoot you in your face. They real gangsters. This whole idea of the snitches, it's like, I graduated from the real street. It's not to be playing. You internet niggas is playing, and y'all going, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
And being a snitch don't mean you weak.
Look, we not,
He don't mean he ain't a snitch and a killer.
Exactly. I'm not promoting snitching. I'm not saying
nobody is.
My people in Texas family, shout out to everyone making them checking in. I'm not condoning snitching. I'm just saying this line in this music, bro, they will question the real niggas and call the fake niggas real.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's almost like the guys it's almost like I would watch them look at so many rappers that I knew nothing about the trap or knew nothing about the streets, and they would rap about certain stuff, and people would think they the real. And the whole time I would be quiet in the corner, and me and my niggas would be looking, and I'm really the nigga. And it was all like, I heard he African, I heard his daddy was, I don't know, this and that. But everybody from the West knew that that's Fat Rat. Yeah. And you learn that it's better you keep it quiet like that. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's really like the fake is real and the real is fake.
Yeah. So words have more than one meaning.
Yeah.
So the word rat, we know that means a snitch. But when in the context when you say I'm a fat rat,
it's with the cheese.
That's not right.
I'm collecting all
the bread and
all behind all the
it's a double entendre.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think
exactly.
I don't. Have you ever had that issue where people just associate the rat? Because I never put that in my mind. That never entered my mind until we had.
Well, because that's why I said it, because we in the new era of social media when people that don't even know anything about the streets will have an idea of what the streets is supposed to be. Yeah. You go, let's just be real, bro. Why are we even talking about snitching in the mainstream as a community now? I'm from the era where the streets was the streets.
We handle the streets.
We can't be talking about street situations in the mainstream of our community. Our children shouldn't be growing up talking about snitches and rats. And
that's that social media.
Do you get what I'm saying?
There was no outlet for us to do that if we was crazy enough to want to do it 30 years ago. Now where everybody got a page, an Instagram, a phone, everybody can just say what they do and say, and they don't have that code in them to know, hey man,
I was from where if you got caught on camera, you fucked up. Right. If they had anything on camera, you fucked up.
You live in 4K. Right. Got you in 4K. Right. Go sit down and just, you know what I'm saying? But go sit down and they got you, man. They're 4K, man. Yeah. But I think, and the reason why I say that is because so many, I'm at the age now where I see so many of the littlers, they so lost now because they grew up thinking so much stuff like the street, like it's niggas now that looking forward to prison. They think prison is a happy place. It's we always no one ever grew up thinking the streets was this easy. Everybody always wanted money. Now these niggas, they take more pride in being a shooter than a trapper. A kid not knowing you gonna be a young nigga doing the rest of your life. So much shit that they glorify because they heard it first off of social media.
They glorify crashing out.
They crashing out. But we come up from the era where even my big homies, whenever I told him, nah, big bro, this way, he'd be like, look, bro, I'll never forget. Shout out to Sean Black, OG Sean Black. He said, y'all either gonna bow down to the laws, you gonna bow down to these streets. But either which way you gonna bow down. Yeah. Now, young nigga, you sure you wanna keep on doing it? But the big bros told us, these niggas out here just saying anything.
And then, man, we came up in a time where hustling was done out of necessity, bro. It wasn't done for a life to glorify a certain life. It's like, dude, my mama and my family really don't have nothing. Yeah. My mama is struggling. The lights about to get cut off. We about to get put out. I can go out here, sell this little dope, make enough to where I can just, mama don't even want the money, but it's necessity.
I don't agree with you on that. And this is why I say that, because it's certain things you peep, I feel, and develop as an older man. You know what I'm saying? And I think a lot of times as young black men, and our culture promotes us a lot to be to the streets because we think that's what that's what the girls like. That's what that's sometimes you think that's how you're supposed to act. Yeah. But a lot of times when I think of some of my niggas now that ain't never coming home. My mom died when I was 13, so even my dad was gone. Like, he had to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of 5. Okay. But I know niggas that, not to say they came from wealthy families, but they had a good mama. They daddy worked at the post office. Their mama was a teacher. Guess what? They still certified killers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Their daddy was the principal. Well, I know niggas whose daddy was the chief of police.
I know.
They in the feds. So the older I get, man, I just not to say it's not niggas that trap to take care of their family. That's anywhere in the world.
Yeah.
But I understand now that a lot of us get tricked off the street, and it's not necessarily out of necessity all the time. It's sometimes out of glory.
I didn't mean
You get what I'm
I don't mean
saying?
the whole population, everybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, it is a sector that
It's a mind state of life.
I ain't got no. In their mind, they don't have no other choice. But nah, you're right. Cause that's what I'm saying. Earlier. Like you got people who just mama, daddy, picket fence dog.
Yeah.
And they still decide.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do it because
Yeah.
the lifestyle is good.
And it's addicting.
I always.
But I understand. What
the most addicting drug is not drugs. It's fast money.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's addicting.
It's the most addicting drug. I always say that.
drug. Yeah.
It is the drug.
Yeah.
It's the fast money, and that's just facts. And I'll stand on it.
Okay, but let's get back to I wanted to talk to you because I think you were speaking about earlier when you were saying how your dad had grown up as this with this kind of background.
Yeah.
I think I get a lot of stories from a lot of people. You can speak about how you first met Screw and how you got into Screw and how that determination was the way that you got into the dough and through the gate. If you speak about how that happened.
Well, for those that want to know how I met Screw, Screw was already one of the hottest DJs in the streets.
Mm-hmm.
So, all the niggas in the hood was jamming his tapes. But that was before there was a Screwed Up records or Screwed Up tapes. Niggas would go to his house and just literally knock on the door through the burglar bars. So we was just going there to get some tapes anyways. And it just so happened I had made a demo of my first song with my homegirls. Y'all know him as Destiny's Child, Beyonce, Kelly, and we had this song called Can't Stop. And we had put it on Test Press.
Okay.
Right? I think it was called Houston Records.
Yeah, right there.
It wasn't even through. This was just something we had did to see how it sounded and check it out. And I had it. And we was just going to get some tapes anyways. But I said, man, let me just see if he'll. So when I knocked on the door, I was like, hey man, I'm Lil O from the West. I came to buy some tapes, but you know what? This is my new song with my homegirls, Destiny's Child. Man, could you just check it out for me? And he was like, yeah, man, I'm gonna check it out. But I thought it was playing. Yeah. So I just bought my tapes and left, but he took the wax. Yeah. And when I left, 30 minutes later, my phone like, man, this shit is jamming.
Yeah.
Nigga, I'm finna put this shit on a mixtape right the fuck now. Wow. And I thought he was joking. Yeah. He did it. And the rest was history.
What year was this?
I want to say 90.
This was when Street Flavor was popping.
Yeah, a year before that. Yeah. So, I'm not good with chronological, but the original Test Press, the one I literally give them, it hangs on the wall right to this day at the Screw Museum. Wow. They still got it. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I met Screw. And since that day, he kept on inviting me back. Yeah. And if on Can't Stop, I say, with all the other hustlers and all the other G's from Bracewood to Wolfion down to Club Creek. Mm-hmm. So I'd already had a name in the street. Yeah. So a lot of the other, Screw's house was a meetup for a lot of the legendary Southside trap niggas. Yeah. But a lot of niggas then, they didn't even know I rapped. Yeah. They just knew me as the Trapper O. Mm-hmm. But when they heard me, and some of the niggas like from off of Botany and stuff that knew me from other places and shit, they said, man, is that Lil O from the West? It got to be. Because I wasn't running around telling people I rap at the time. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? I got you. But they kept on hearing those streets, and they knew it was only one. It said it got to be the same thing. You know what I'm saying? And then it started, that's how my shit started spreading around. Rhino and Randy and all them boys started putting it on different tapes. And they was like, yeah, that's our little partner, man. C-Dope and, Free Dope, by the way. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the shit spread. And Screw played it, put it on so many tapes. It really became one of the songs a lot of people say represents the Screw tape era.
I remember that was my introduction to Destiny Child through you on Street Flavor. Yeah. And I remember because the video came on maybe maybe about 1 or 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Then it stopped.
Yeah.
And then here come Destiny's Child with
No.
Yeah.
No
I
doubt.
say that's the same
No
Lil
doubt.
Mo
No
video.
doubt.
How'd you connect with them? Because I know
Yeah,
you
that gotta
that
be
was
the-
early in the game for them.
Matthew Knowles was my first manager.
Gotcha.
And you know, Matthew Knowles is Beyonce's daddy.
Right.
And the way I met Matthew Knowles is because my auntie and Matthew were friends from work.
Wow.
And Matthew had always, at the time, was always bragging about his little girls in his group. He manages his group on the side. And when my auntie heard about me rapping, she was like, "Man, my nephew, he's starting to make a name for himself. You know what I'm saying? He does this rap thing, y'all." And that's how I linked up with Matthew Knowles. And the rest is history. And Screw gave me a shot. And you know, a lot of people don't know. That's why we always say that Screw love is that true love.
Yeah.
Because people think I wasn't hot when I gave him that record. I was a nobody, man.
Yeah.
Imagine how many niggas you can walk up to now and be a nobody, not give them anything, and say, "Hey, this is my new record. Can you check it out?"
Yeah.
And just off the love, because he likes the art
Yeah. It's Screw.
and appreciates the art, he blows it up out the
We were
wall.
breaking the records back.
Yeah, breaking records. These niggas don't break records no more.
How many artists did Screw break?
Like crazy.
You can't count.
How many legends now
Yeah, count.
that the first time you even heard their music, it wasn't even regular speed,
Yeah.
it was all Screw.
Yeah.
The Hot Boys.
Can't count.
There's so
Yeah,
many,
can't count.
man.
Yeah.
You can't count.
Yeah.
That's why we say that Screw love is that true love.
Yeah.
Because he did it selfishly because he loved the music.
What made
No
you
doubt.
go and make a record? Like, where did that musical talent come from within you? Because I've heard, even from Pokey's last CD,
Yeah.
he said, I can't get through with it
Yeah.
until Lil O hear it.
Yeah.
And then Mike Diaz say the exact same thing. And it's like you got so much respect for when it comes to people's CDs that they don't even put it out
Yeah.
until you give it the stamp.
Love it.
Hey man, you just broke my heart. No, for real. No, I had to call. You just broke my heart, man, because I'm still not over Poya.
Yeah.
And the reason how I know you telling the truth is because Pokey would always say, it can't come out till I let
Yeah.
him hear. That's how I know you ain't.
Yeah, I heard him say it.
Pokey will not make gotta hear it first. Free. Where you at? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man.
So when you say that, it hit me hard.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Because I heard him say it.
You know what I'm saying? So that just hit me hard.
Because I heard him say it, then I heard Mike D say it, and then I was like, what is it that O hears, and where did that music go?
I was like, how the fuck did you know that, man?
Yeah.
Fuck me up with that, man. R.I.P. Pop.
Yeah.
I miss you,
I mean,
man. I miss you, man.
Yeah.
Are you asking where did it come from or
Yes,
how
sir.
did it start?
How did it start and then where? Well, how did it come? Where did it come from and then how did it start?
To be honest, I never thought I was gonna be a rapper. It was never, growing up on the South Side, you ride around freestyling, but it wasn't nothing that I took seriously. But what had happened was, is I caught my first dope case, and I had to sit down for a little bit.
Okay.
So I was just writing poetry on what I was going through, and back then niggas would bang beats on the table, right? And niggas was making beats on the table. And they would always be like, "What you writing?" They would see me like whispering to my. So the first day I did it, I let one of my cellies here that slipped under me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he was like, "Man." So then, like 2 or 3 days later, they would see me writing again, and then they'd come up to my bunk and be like, "What you ain't got? What you got?"
That's the next one, yeah.
Give me some more.
Then it kept on, and then I started noticing the crowd getting bigger.
Yeah.
And then whenever I wouldn't, they'd be like, "Southwest, you ain't gonna spit nothing for us today?"
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then I realized that, man, these niggas really like what I'm saying.
Must be all right.
And it felt good.
Yeah.
Not only did it help you ride it out, but it just felt good to see people really liking your shit.
Yeah.
And when I got out, I just stayed with it. And, and like I said, I was just rapping about my life then. Braeswood, Wolffield, Club Crib. I think people look at it like now because they so known.
Mm-hmm.
But back then, that was unheard of because back then everybody wanted to be from South Park.
Yeah.
They wanted to be from Third Ward.
Yeah.
Fifth Ward.
Yeah.
Southwest, we was kind of known as, man, them niggas mama's boys.
Yeah.
But those that knew knew we had the $1 million blocks because we had the richest fiends.
Exactly.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm from Old City, so
yeah, exactly. So back then, it's cool to be from the West now. When I was repping, I was deferred because we was
land of apartments.
Yeah, we had to stomp down and really make niggas respect this shit. It wasn't cool back then, you know. So that's how I started, and then the rest is just God given, man. The rest is I found something I was, sometimes God gives each of us talents. It is my natural gift to make music. I realize that now. I understand that you cannot do what I do for as long as I have, as consistently as I have, and not know that it's a gift from God. It's my God's given gift.
Yes, sir.
So I was always writing. So a lot of people don't know a lot of songs that, even though they were on some of my brother's albums, they were my songs that I gave to them. Of course, they wrote their verse, but that's all we had. You know what I'm saying? That's a little old song. Get Back and I'll Do It on Big Mo City. Yeah.
Wow.
I wrote those songs. You know, if you're talking about Stopped and Look, you can tell the song. So they would call me the pen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's just been my natural gift, man, and I'm grateful for it. And I can laugh about it now because sometimes I'll be depressed. You know what I'm saying? Because the music, it comes with ups and downs. And smiles and frowns. Then having a criminal record, and sometimes there'll be times in life where you'll be like, man, I want to change my life. I always thought I would be a lawyer growing up.
Okay.
I always thought I was going to be a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? I thought I was always good with my mouth. And then, once you get to an age, because you really don't know you're catching all these felonies when you're a kid. It's not till you try to apply for shit. Then you realize, wait, I can't vote. Wait a second. I can't. You get what I'm saying? That's when it really starts hitting hard.
Right.
So sometimes I'd be like, damn, man, I fucked my life up. And I mean, I would really be depressed. But now I understand that, you know what? You wasn't supposed to be the lawyer. You was supposed to be who you are. It's my No, it might be a better lawyer than me. I don't think it's too many guys that can write a song like me. It's my God.
You ever think about your I always think you could be like how your guy, they got that A&R.
Yeah.
Cause you put some shit together, man.
It's my gift.
Cause it's only like out of the city, I say it's about maybe like 5 complete albums that's top to bottom, no skips. And Big Mo's City Sir was one. K Reno, that one where you got all the black books on the floor. Book number 7 is Fat Rat with the Cheese, man. I'm talking about top to bottom. It ain't no skippers on that one.
Thank you.
And that A&R, how you collected all those people and put them on the right songs. To this day, that who was these cats that was stay smoking like a broken jalopy and shake shit.
Shout out to my nigga Spookaloo. That's Spook, and that's Bleed off of Brazewood. Just watch some niggas off my block. You know what I'm saying? Smoking like a broken jalopy. Man, we was just spitting it raw, man. It was just reality, man.
You knew where to put people, man.
It's just my natural gift, man. It's my natural gift, man.
You ever think about A&R? Project, cause it seems like you be doing it with Pokey in them.
I do it with fam, but people always say, should you have a record label or this and that? But I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like I always say, I'm damaged goods, man. I don't really fuck with too many niggas. I don't have the patience for it. It's like I think it's a certain cold place these streets make you, because the ungratefulness of it, the people, I'm at a point now, all my biggest wars have been with people I tried to help.
Oh, man.
So now I'm so damaged, bro, that I'd rather not even. My biggest wars have been with people I've tried to help, and I've been nothing but kind to my whole life. So now I'm just so damaged and destroyed inside that I don't have the love in it to work with other artists. I can help other artists, but I don't want the responsibility of someone, because it's always going to be my fault.
I can consult you. I'll give you some consulting.
I don't want to deal with you niggas, man. You niggas gonna break my heart, and you gonna make me do something.
Like a bad relationship.
You gonna break my heart, and you gonna make me do something to you. And when you got shit to lose and have to move, I think it's better for me to continue moving like how I move.
Man, it's messed up because it might be that one artist that he could be that one, but he don't get that shot because somebody else before him messed it.
And I try not to let it.
Yeah.
I try not to let it cloud my vision. I try not to let it darken my heart. I always try to help when I can, but I have to be honest as well. That's why when people always say, "Hey, you know," and because it sounds bad when you say it like that, you know, I don't want people to think I don't want to help them or I won't because someone helped me.
Yeah.
But that I just can't take on, man. It's just cold blooded, man.
I get it.
Yeah. It's just I can't, man.
Then you find yourself babysitting grown men.
Man,
the entitlement levels of a lot of artists is so extreme to where they come in the game not knowing or not having nothing to think that, okay, man, where my $1 million at?
Hey, man.
I signed with you last month, where my $1 million?
Hey, well, you hitting me with them trigger words right now. They just say entitlement. I said, oh. I triggered the certain words just trigger me, man. And man, that's why though.
Yeah,
that's why.
I get it. I hate to waste such genius, man, because you can tell you have a track record of just laying that out. Man.
Thank you. Man. And but hey, man, look, I'm at a point now where I'm comfortable being selfish. I'm putting out incredible music right now. I'm putting all that energy into me, and that's how I'm giving out my love right now. That's why I'm so proud of my latest album, The Greatest of All Players. I really feel, it's like you said, I made Fat Rat with the Cheese. Yeah. I made Food on the Table. Yeah. I made Blood Money. And it's like I won't put out anything if I feel it won't live up to the standards.
Yeah.
And I'm so proud of The Greatest of All Players and the response it's getting and all the songs it's already producing, all the new hits like Date Night or all the new classics. Me and Bun just dropped a new video with Big Marcus Trill, which I think is just an incredible record about mental health. And it's just a lot of dope records on there. And I think anybody that's a real Lil O fan is going to listen to this new album and going to be like, this guy ain't missed a lick.
Question. So how does a brother like you who already have so many hits, classic albums, how do you stay motivated to when it's time to work on the next album and not just say, well, man, I'm Lil O, I'm already Lil O, to come right back in fresh like I ain't did nothing and then make another classic?
Passion. One, like I said, now I understand that it's my birthright. It's my God-given gift. It's what I naturally love doing.
Yeah.
Two, my competitiveness of still, even though I'm at a place where I can say I'm proud of everything I've done and accomplished, I still want more. I feel like I still have more mountains to climb.
Right.
And I think I kind of got a reputation now as even in the clique, I'm always going to grind.
Yeah.
Always going to grind. The boy don't give up. He's a hard worker. And the older that I get now, I understand it's because of my mean ass African daddy that didn't let me depend on no. It's like I always understood that it's all on me. Yeah. It's all on me. You got to do it. And that competitiveness is what keeps me going.
I remember, I'll tell you this quick story. First time I met you, you don't even know this, I was probably like in 9th grade.
Yeah.
You came out to College Station to do something.
Okay.
And you were so much on your networking back then. Here go my number, homie. Holler at me when you're ready.
Yeah. Hey.
And I was like, I got
your real number? You gave me a real number.
I've always grind.
He's still calling the man at 3 in the morning.
So what my $1 million?
I always say that, it's beautiful too, because I always say the struggle and the story of Lil O is so well documented and cemented in these streets that it's a beautiful thing that once you get to all the success that you feel you've earned, if anybody questions it, you don't feel guilty for it.
Yeah.
Sometimes we feel guilty for success. I don't feel guilty anymore because I know it's a nigga in every city within the South that will tell you, man, I remember that. I remember buying CDs from that nigga out his trunk.
Yeah.
And I wasn't at the safe clubs. I'm talking about at the after hours when niggas got shot by myself. Where niggas couldn't go just because I had to make a living. I had to spread my movement. I was trying to stay out these streets. I needed income. And back then, and I was very blessed to be able to sell CDs out my trunk and make a great living from it. But it came with a lot of hard work, trapping in the cold, doing. But I was like, hey, if I can be on the corner with this, why I can't do it with that? And you know, but I worked so hard, man. I worked so hard. I sold CDs out my trunk throughout, like, from Texas to Arkansas, from Arkansas to Oklahoma, from Oklahoma to Louisiana. Just putting up my own flyers and posters. Just the groundwork that people think that you get what I'm saying.
I get it totally.
But it's the shit. It's the shit that teaches you how to maintain it when you really get it. And I'm really proud of that now. I'm really proud of when I can say I really worked hard, because everybody says they got it out the mud now. You know what I'm saying? I really scratched and clawed and fight and still fight to this day, tooth and nail for everything I got. And it's real niggas that'll stand on that. Texas will stand on that. Louisiana will stand on that. My fans will stand on that. You know what I'm saying? And it's a good feeling to know you earned everything you got. And it helps you maintain it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Last time I saw you, you was doing the show with Big Yogi.
Oh yeah, you kid that.
Okay.
Right. And what I was laying in the cut, really just proud of to see is how the people still came out.
Yeah.
See Lil O. It was the headliner.
Yeah.
The people were there to see Lil O. In this day and age where even if somebody books a headliner, you got so many openers that when the openers do their thing, the club thins out. Everybody goes home. But they didn't do that.
For sure.
By the time O got on stage, he started hitting them with back. We ain't broke no more, whatever it is. Make you feel to know that your audience is that loyal. Because you talked about the work, but that's a testament to the work, that loyal audience.
I feel so privileged. I feel so privileged and I feel so honored to be able to do this as a living and to be able to do it this long and have people still cherish the work that I do that much. You know, yesterday in the city they had the hip hop 50 celebration.
And I'm gonna sum mine up a little different. Go for it. Houston is G'd up from the start. Everybody hanging out Sunday in McGregor Park. Houston is third ward to the SWAT. 14 and a half mixtape by Darryl Scott. Houston is keeping bread in your pocket. Riding with the home team, Astros, Oilers, and Rockets. Home run soldiers, so it ain't no folding. Legendary 34s, Akeem, Earl, and Nolan. Jumping out at the club sharp as an arrow. Rhinestone Wrangler, Chocolate Town, and Carol's. Coke cans to get in Astroworld, no ticket. And you ain't from H-Town if you don't know Wicked Cricket. I'm paying homage because it's only right for me to do. French's chicken on Scott, we do it for TSU. From the past to the present, shouting out to the great. Still love Phi Slammer Jammer, repping U of H. Who remember Club Boomerang? Now I'm reminiscing. Killing shows with the whole South Park coalition. Jay Prince had the vision, so he started believing. Ghetto boys made the whole world respect our region. Most city to fifth ward, yeah, I know you loving this. Street military, please, can I have another hit? Got our own style, ain't no place like it in the world. And the whole planet got screwed up by Robert Earl. Crazy weather, but still better than any place we know. Shout out to my Mexican family, my Latinos. We the trendsetters, we stay ahead of the game. Hiram Clark got way too many legends to name. Most of the year, H-Town be hotter than the oven. Remember the screw shop back when it was on color? Ring tapes and a screwed up click wrecking them beats. Kids Jam was the first radio station for the streets. You could pick any record label, it's all H-Town. Rap a lot, Swisher House, Big Time and Jam Down, Dope House, Sucker Free, the Homies and Rec Shop, Perion's, Wild House, Straight Profit and Shortstop. Hey, Houston is Greens Point, the Acres home. Playing high school football games inside the dome. Slabs with trunks rattling, folks chasing the paper. Club Gucci's all the way to Jamaica. Going to different parks, hooping, Timmy Chan after. Back in the days, loading up and riding to the Capitol. Still laughing and wanking even on our down days. Buying your favorite rapper's new album from Sound Waves. Catching the metro to travel throughout the town. We couldn't afford the Galleria, we just went to walk around. When the bus stopped rolling at dark, we used to walk. Let's take it to the north, Studewood and Dewson Park. Mr. A's, the Shuns, Cornbreads came later. Every rapper trying to be seen on street flavor. Every hood apartment complex I showed up in, Houston taught me the game when I didn't know nothing. That's what Houston is.
Let's give it King We Know.
Y'all gonna hear a lot about a lot of Houston rappers over these next hours that we talk in this room, but make no mistake about it, there's never been pound for pound, ball for ball, verse for verse, a better MC from this city than the man you just heard from. I couldn't think of a more succinct way to wrap up Houston, Texas in a rhyme. And Face, you gotta come after that.
Oh, my goodness.
If anybody could do.
And when I was walking in,
Oh, I didn't see it.
it was just I was there. I was just out with the cut.
Cool.
When I was walking in, it was two guys just rushing me, and they said, "Man, we've been out here waiting for about an hour. We didn't know if you were coming or not, but we just said, man, maybe we'll bump into Lil O."
Come on.
And they pulled out the vinyl of the Fat Rat with the Cheese,
Yeah, that the vinyl.
and they said, "Could you sign it?"
Yeah.
I still got. I had to take a picture with it. I'll show it to you.
Yeah.
Man.
And they had said, "Bro,
Send it to me.
No, yeah, I'll show it to you. Yeah.
You got my phone number.
Yeah. They literally said, man, we waited out here. And they had the original Fat Rat with the Cheese vinyl and the original promo poster.
Yeah.
And to me, celebrating the 50th anniversary of hip hop in Houston, and to see it was guys out there that had waited out there
Man.
just for me and didn't even know if I was coming.
Come on.
Yeah.
I was so humbled.
Yeah.
I was very humbled, man.
Come
I
on.
was very humbled, bro. I can't cap. I can't act like it's they didn't even know I was coming,
Right.
man. Like I had to take a pic just to because it was the original.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You didn't even know." He said, "Man, I was just hoping you would come."
Hey, I ain't even got this.
I was just, and he said,
God, hard place.
"Yeah, man," and it's a privilege because it lets me know that I've made something that has lasted the test of time,
Yeah.
and it's still appreciated, and that is a huge privilege and something I'm very proud of.
Yeah, no, it's a beautiful thing, man. And again, it's a testament to your work. You know, do you have younger generations of fans coming to you now?
Absolutely.
That's the most beautiful part of this for me.
Yeah.
It's that me knowing, okay, man, I've been doing this for 99 years.
Yeah.
But then some 20-year-old walks up and
Yeah.
say, "Oh man, I just discovered you
Yeah.
3 years ago. About my dad, however they
Yeah.
found you." Talk about that younger, because that's what keeps you into the
Yeah.
future. That pushes you into the future when you got them youngsters.
It's so crazy because it's when you see such young Lil O diehard fan, and it's crazy because I got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And when I ask them how did they get on me, it's so I'm now at the age where they got into me because the stories I get, like, you were my big brother's favorite artist and he passed away,
Wow.
or you're my big brother's favorite artist and he got life, and he would write your lyrics down and send them to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or they daddy, you know what I'm saying? Or
Right.
or my daddy would play all your music every day.
Could.
Or at the age where people are saying, I walked down the aisle to this song.
Man.
Wow.
Or,
Yeah.
and that was their mama favorite song, or I was there, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or the car show, man. This is a picture of me holding, my daddy made you hold me at the car show at the Law School.
Man.
See
You
that?
know,
Yeah, that guy.
So it's just cool to see it. But I always say, when you make something that's timeless, it'll always generate. It's because it's like growing up. The Isley brothers are way older than me.
Yeah.
But when I was growing up, the street, all my big homies, the street niggas, they jammed the Isley brothers.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I'm saying? That was and they lax and they slabs. And when I heard it, I never once said these niggas is old enough to be my granddaddy.
Yeah.
The music just hit me.
You know
what I'm saying? And to me, real music is magic. It don't matter if it's young. When you hear it, it don't matter what it is. It'll hit you. So that's why I try to make something that, if you really are making magic, it won't matter what age it is.
I think one thing that's universal is people gonna have times where they're up.
Yeah.
And people have times when they're down.
Yeah, that's life.
And one of the songs you have every time somebody goes when they're down and they get right back up, it's on again. We ain't broke no more.
It's life, man. If you always spit the truth, there will always be something to relate with.
Man,
it's just
Let me give the intricacies of that hook.
Yeah.
Okay. It's on again.
Yeah, it's on again.
Now this is the first part of that. That means that it had been on before.
Yeah,
of course.
And now it's off, but we fell off.
Yeah.
But it's on again.
We back, bitch.
So we ain't broke no more.
Fact.
So the bottom line is in a genre where a lot of rappers always talking about how they never broke.
Yeah.
We always got money.
Yeah.
We always bought it.
Yeah.
The reality is, man, no, we not.
No, we not.
So when you say we ain't broke no more,
Yeah.
everybody can say, man, that's what it is, And even if you still broke, you be like, okay, well, one day I'm able to sing this hook and it be true, Yeah.
First song,
you gotta know loss to have made that song.
Come on.
Yeah.
You had to have taken some losses to make that song and know how it feels to bounce back.
Yeah.
And that's why I think it relates so much to this day, because especially in the era of social media where everybody thinks every day is sunny, everything is easy.
Yeah.
Just nobody's, I'm not gonna have no hard times.
Yeah.
It's like, but that's not life.
Yeah.
I don't care who you are. I don't care. There's seldom any winners that haven't taken. You have to, man. It's what makes winners. So I think as long as people are living in the real world, they'll always relate to the music I make, because I always make honesty.
A rich man may not ever lose his wealth, but he'll still go through struggles because his daughter may have cancer. His brother may have gotten killed in an accident. So that's just the hardships of life that everybody goes through. But what makes an artist great is the fact that people can relate.
Yeah.
Because they can see themselves in your music. Like, that's me. He's talking about me.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man.
We put that on every time we get a new car.
Yeah.
That's it.
Come on, man. Your hooks, we talked about your lyrical skills in the introduction, but you don't get a lot of credit for your hooks, in my opinion, man. Because you got the kind of hooks that are, like you say, timeless and so recognizable. Back, all these, like, what goes into your hook process when you sit down to just come up with your hooks like that?
To be honest with you, I wish I had something cooler to say, but now my answer is just, and I'm just comfortable saying it, it's just my God-given gift.
Yeah.
It's something special that God blessed me with, and I always understood that even if you have amazing lyrics to catch people, there has to be something that they can easily, that they're going to want to say and hit with the heart. You know what I'm saying? And it's just my gift to be able to think of something that goes, whether it's a melody or a catchphrase or something that will make someone want to say it. It's just a natural gift. There is no thought process. I just do what the beat calls for.
Great, Lil O. Now, you mentioned being an African immigrant.
Yeah.
From which country?
Nigeria.
Nigeria.
Yeah.
Have you been back?
Of course.
How often do you go back?
I go back like maybe every 4 or 5 years. I'm a little over now because I was supposed to go back during COVID.
Yeah.
But COVID happened, so the world shut down.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that prolonged everything, and because I was going for like my granny's like 90th, something like that. So COVID ended that, but yeah, it's like it's very much a part of my culture. I still have cousins there, I still have family there. I got WhatsApp. like I got fam over there. Like I definitely know it. You know what I'm saying? It's my home.
Do you draw from the culture when you go back?
Yeah, of course.
Does it serve as like a battery charge? Like, cause we over here in the West.
Yeah.
And this westernized civilization can poison us, and it can dilute and distort our roots. So to know, as being a black man who was born over here and has no connection, I think you were in a really fortunate position as a brother who you can probably your grandmother, like that. What kind of charge did they give you to go back to get a little of that westernized poison, or is it messed up over there too?
I think the world is a smaller place because of social media now, so we all kind of feed off of each other. But I think the one main thing that being Nigerian at least did for me is I always understood how bad it could be. I always understood how fucked up shit could be. So I always understood that there are people that would kill to have the opportunities you have. You can't waste it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like over there, like if you can't afford to see the doctor, you die. Ain't no food stamps. You just starve. You get what I'm saying? It's people, you just can't, it's some people now, of course, it's more modernized. But, it's still some people right now to this day that walk miles and have to go to a well to get their water. So when you know that as a small child, or you still see the guy who's walking with a cane with a curved body from polio. We don't know nobody with polio over here. One of the last nigga you seen with polio?
We're the first.
You get what I'm saying? But you see children deformed from it because they didn't have the shot or a certain. You understand? It's something that puts in you that, hey, I must fight tooth and nail to be successful because there's people that don't have the same opportunities I had. And I think when you know how real life can get, I think it does put something in you. You know what I'm saying? Just to be honest with you. So I feel like that's my strength. That's my strength. And also to see a whole country where it's nothing but people like you too. So it's also a beautiful feeling, because you also see what we can accomplish as a people. So it takes away a lot of, I remember one day me and Pimp C was talking. Shout out to my big bro Pimp. People don't know I lived with Pimp for a little bit when he bought his crib in ATL. So that's my real big homie. And we would have some real combos sometimes. And he one day it called me, we were talking, he was like, man, he was saying like, I don't think I'd ever tell my kid he could be president. And this was before Obama and all this. So I'd be like, why? And they're like, man, they ain't gonna let no black man become president. But when you've seen a whole country, nothing but black people, and you still know that it's gonna be hard to do in America. But if you just see it once, you still know in the back of your mind that, but I've seen black presidents.
Wow.
You get what I'm saying?
Right.
I've seen it before.
Right.
You might not have seen it here yet,
Yeah.
but I've seen it before. So I always understood that a black man can be a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? So I think I didn't have a fear of anything. I couldn't let nobody, especially not some, because sometimes, and this just it's not a racist thing, but I think sometimes different races think that we're not as intelligent sometimes.
Yeah.
And they would try to take advantage of that of me. You know what I'm saying? And I never had that superiority, like, you're not smarter than me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? White, Asian, I don't give a fuck who you think you are.
Y'all come from
You get what I'm saying? We developed some of these sciences that y'all culture took. You get what I'm saying? And I always knew that. So I couldn't let anybody tell me that this is too advanced for him. Or you get what I'm saying? Because I know what y'all took from us.
Yeah.
I know what all we have done and what y'all have tried to hide from the world. You get what I'm saying?
And man, you make a great point because let's think about the conversation you said you had with Kemp.
Yeah.
I always think about, when you talk about a black president, I think about what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said when Obama got into office. It wasn't necessarily about him being in the seat of president that he was going to make this dramatic change, transformation for black people. It was more so to plant the seed in young people's minds that they could be anything that they wanted to be, because we did grow up in a time where like, ain't no way in hell there's going to be a black president in America.
Yeah.
So to break through that wall, it ain't about the seat, because we know the seat itself is corrupt. Yeah. But it's about a child saying, well, if that happened,
just to see it, man.
I can do this, I can do that.
Never doubt the power of audacity.
Yeah. Come on.
Never doubt the power of audacity. That's why I get so mad.
Put that on a t-shirt.
Never doubt the power of audacity.
Yeah.
Because I saw Hov become a billionaire, rappers think they can become billionaires.
Exactly.
They don't think it's even, they don't think twice about it.
And it's becoming.
You get what I'm saying?
That's why I was going.
The power of audacity, man. And that's why I get so mad now, bro. Because no matter, I'm not a political person.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Who you choose to vote for, whatever, as long as you vote, that's all I care about. But now, the way people so freely bash the first black president, and when they say shit like, what did he ever do for you, or what did he, and all he had to ever do for me is win. Yeah. That was enough for me. That was enough for me because a grinder, all you gotta do is show a nigga once. Yeah. A nigga will hustle that it can be done. Mm-hmm. That was enough. You know what I'm saying? So the audacity of showing me that, I'm like, oh man, these niggas don't fucked up. You don't show me. You don't let me see it.
Yeah.
It's a stigma.
For 8 years.
It's a stigma that
you let me see it.
They see it for damn near a decade.
You let me see a black man do that.
Yeah.
Well, and then in America, bro, we live in a nation that intentionally has been constructed to suppress our intelligence, to deny us and deprive us of real history, to instill inferiority complexes in us from birth.
Yeah.
So that was the whole point. It's like, to break through that stigma, forget the seat.
Yeah.
Forget the seat. We know, you can't sit in the seat of the presidency of the United States and be righteous.
Yeah.
You can't do it. These babies can see, and even older people can see, wow, it can be done.
Yeah.
We was little young cats in elementary school out here, it's a joke.
Yeah.
But now it can be done. So maybe I can go back and do something that I didn't think I could do.
Yeah.
And when you mention rap, that's the whole key. It's like, who saw you being able to do what you did? Rap music.
I say they can't stop. Who'd ever think Lil O will be a rap star?
Yeah.
It's like the audacity to think you can do it, man.
And forget just being a rapper and being a success at it. You know what I'm saying?
That's why the kids is important.
You feed your family off this, Lil O. You crazy?
On, man.
But a lot of times I think that's why platforms like this is important.
Yeah.
Because if you didn't know it, Because this is one thing I always say about you. You're very humble. Because a lot of times when people say SUC, the last person they say most of the time is Lil O.
Yeah.
But if you've seen what he just said, he comes sort of right there. And it's been throughout the whole process.
I'm going to give my opinion,
Yeah.
and I could be wrong. You tell me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
I think a lot of times the reason why they may not immediately associate Lil O with SUC, even though everybody knows you SUC, it might be because of your own independence in terms of, I'm SUC, but I don't lean on that label to just clout. I'm still over here doing me.
I think one that is K Reno is very smart, man. That's why no. Look,
I gave him
no.
no.
That, but if you're a K Reno fan, that's one of the reasons you love him. It's very intelligent music. He's very observant. I always understood that I had to have my own independence to build your own brand. You get what I'm saying? Building your own brand is always important, and it's always something I take pride in. But I think another reason is I don't think people understand is Lil O was one of the first guys out of the city to have major deals too.
Oh, my thought. Yeah.
So I'm really known as a national, like as far as in like I was the first to sign with MCA and Atlantic. So it took me a lot of places that, that made people take me outside of Texas too. So it's like, of course they know the foundation, but they know me from a lot of things. They know me from a lot of music. Back was a #1 song in St. Louis, in Atlanta, in Milwaukee. And they know they know me from major distribution promotions as well. So it's like almost I've had the best of both worlds, indie and major.
But also to correct me if I'm wrong, I know you say you're not good with chronology. I'm not always the best at it either, but I remember seeing you on BT one time, if I'm not mistaken.
A few times.
Okay, right. So was that pre-Screwed Up Click?
When we're no. When we're on Rap City?
Yeah.
No.
Okay, I thought I saw you by yourself on a platform before you got SUC. I could be wrong.
SUC has always been there with me from the beginning. You gotta remember I told you when I knocked on Screw's door.
Gotcha.
That was with the press from Houston Records.
Gotcha.
So he was the guy that really gave me my break and put me under his wing.
Gotcha.
You don't know. You just can't just say, when he put Can't Stop, which was my first record. Like I say, the original press that still says Houston, that still hangs in the Screw Museum. When he started putting that on all the tapes, and then other guys in the clique started hearing it and whoop-de-whoop, then he would start inviting me, hey, you need to come around, meet so-and-so, you need to rap on some of these. Right. And then that's how I met Hawk. That's how I met some of the other guys. And then some of the other guys, like some of my fam from Bonnie, we knew each other from other places. And then, we started connecting the dots, and that's how we became, it's kind of like, how it is, like being induced into a gang, But yeah, they've been there from the beginning.
I appreciate that.
Screw was in the Can't Stop video.
That's what I'm saying. I needed that.
Yeah.
That's what you probably said.
Screw and Fat Patty's in the Can't. In my very first video, Screw was there. So he been down with me since day one.
Okay. I appreciate that correction.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out because I feel like I remember seeing you being interviewed on BT one time. And maybe that was after.
Yeah, that was definitely Screw was there at Jamaica right there with me, man.
That was Jamaica.
That was Jamaica where we shot the Can't Stop video. So he's been one of the biggest supporters of Lil O since the very beginning. He broke my first record. And that's just facts.
Well, you did the Southside before first? Now I just thought about that because I just remember you doing this.
Yeah,
But that bitch-
that was the culture, man. That was like I'm a Southside nigga, man. What's up, man? We really pulling up in slabs and fours and hopping out. That was just really.
I remember because you had the creases.
Yeah, come on, man. Start your gas and James.
Yeah.
That's just how we grew up on the South Side. What a time to be alive, you know.
For real, I try to tell Jay all the time.
What a time to be alive, man. There's nothing like it, man. There's nothing like it, man. MLK on a Sunday.
Man,
Come on, man.
Gregor Park, all that shit. I grew up on all that, man.
Come on. I feel to be back around home.
It's like there's nothing like home, but one of the coldest lessons I think an artist also has to learn too is if people see you too much, they can get what's the good word to say?
Just familiarity breeds contempt.
There you go.
Yeah, they desensitized to the visual, like, oh, we see him all the time.
When I go out of town,
They love you more.
it's not even loving you up because I don't be out too much here. Here. So when people see me out, it's like Blank said. When you see me, I'm at events that I really, want to be at, or someone really said, "Oh, could you?" You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Because I understand that it's one. You get more support when they don't know you. I want myself. It's and it's not a city. It's not a Houston thing. I think it's us as a culture, man. It's like strangers treat you better.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Strangers treat you better, man.
Yeah.
So I love being home because I'm an H-Town nigga, but I also understand if I stay too long, man, they'll hurt me. And that's not a Lil O problem. That's a black man problem. Mm-hmm. Every black man that heard that, no matter where he is in the world, he felt my pain when I said that. I love home, but if I stay too long, home will hurt me. They'll treat, you know what I'm saying? They'll make me forget who I am. I'm a king, man. I can't, because everybody will try to humble you or make you feel like I got one of the greatest catalogs in Texas rap history. I understand we grew up together. You knew me at this and then or that, but I'm a whole icon now. And I can't, if you're around the people that feel like you're supposed to always humble yourself, or you'll forget who you are. So home is home. I'm always repping no matter what. Yeah. But I understand that, I gotta be.
Let me ask you this. Kay was earlier saying like we never will believe we'll see a black president, right?
Yeah.
Then we come back and say we never believe we see an actor as a president.
Yeah.
Would you ever believe that you would see Bissonnette? How Bissonnette is?
See.
Anything's possible.
But this is the crazy thing is, I grew up on this. When I say Brazewood, Wolffair, Club Creek, Brazewood is there.
Yeah.
Wolffair is right there. So this whole triangle from Forum on down. Like I said, remember back then, niggas wanted to be from the East,
Correct. Yeah.
So we the niggas that made this area. I caught cases on Wolffair. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I had the shootouts on Brazewood and my brothers died on these corners. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. It's written on TDC. If you look where I caught my, it's this triangle. So I always knew how real it was. But I ain't gonna lie, my nigga. When the pimping came, it like Sodom and Gomorrah, man.
Ooh, yeah.
Even now, I'm like, man, it's like I knew it was always bad because I'm one of the niggas that made it bad.
Yeah.
But, bro, nigga better respect the Southwest jungle, man. Yeah. This ain't the place to be playing.
When I moved to Forum Park, I realized that right around 10 o'clock, it turns into a real Club Creek turns into a real live Thriller video.
Metamorphosis.
And I'm a Snappies nigga. I'm Snappies, Club Creek, you know what I'm saying? Shooting dice in front of that stove, dropping off work in front of that stove. I know this shit like the back of my hand. Yeah. And I'm a real Southwest vet, and even I'm terrified at what I see. Look, but once you look, man, let me tell you something, man. I always say, you not a real street nigga, bro. If you really out here and you ain't trying to get away from this shit.
Come on.
I'm a West. We made these streets. It's like I've made these blocks of mortar on, so I'm Lil O, 8900, Braeswood, boo. All these, all these streets, I made them famous.
Yeah.
I made them famous. I can say that. Lil O made this whole little district famous. I'm terrified, bro. This ain't the place to be playing. This ain't the place to be saying I wish a nigga would, cause a nigga will.
Bro, if you ain't scared to be in environments that you was in 15, 20 years ago, then you ain't grew.
West is diabolical.
You suicidal. I heard Ice-T talking about that one time. He was like, I can talk about where I came from and how it was when I was there.
Yeah.
But that don't mean when I show up now that these cats that's occupying that space now are gonna revere me and look at me the same way. I ain't got no business over there.
But not only that, but even to go as hard as that, even if they do, because you got to remember, some of these dudes I trap with their daddies.
Yeah.
I know these little niggas. Like they even when they do revere you, these little niggas love me like what. But the streets is a lie, man. A nigga that'll revere you to still kill you, man. This way your partners will kill you. This way your cut, you know what I'm saying? This is where partners kill partners, man.
They think they can get away with it.
This is where the nigga. This is where. This the real streets where you find out the nigga that broke into your house was your you know what I'm saying?
You grew up with it.
Yeah, this is where you don't let niggas know where you stay. This that background. That's how I grew up. So it's like that revenge. That's why I say the internet got shit fucked up, man. Ain't even if they do revere you, they'll kill you, nigga.
No question.
Yeah, you the realest nigga that really the most gangster that really grew up here and did this. They will kill you.
They might kill you because
they'll kill you first. They'll kill you first. It's just
they want to be in infamy.
Thank you.
They need a strike.
Ain't no love out here. I tell it's a lie. The streets is a lie, man. I always tell niggas, man, give me some news you can use. Hey, man, go to school, learn a trade. It's so many easier ways to live. Look, most of my partners that I started in the streets with, the best they ever lived in their life is when they got a job.
Come on, man.
And now when we see each other, we bump into each other. So, man, I'm glad you just free. Or they living good. Yeah. They got cribs. They got cars. No, they may not live like kingpins, but they can sleep at night. They can maintain themselves.
Exactly.
They can feed themselves. And we always laugh. They say, man, I should have been doing this, man. Yeah. This is after they done gave years of their life to the penitentiary, years of their life to the street. And I say this, the only reason I'm saying this is because the kids need to know this. The best they ever lived is when they got a job and learned to trade. It's just a lie to think all the trappers are rich. Most of the niggas that is trapping are broke.
Everybody can't be number one.
They living check to check too, but risking their freedom.
Yeah.
It's just, you get what I'm saying?
And the math don't add up. You're going to ball for 2 years and then do 22 years.
If you even ball. Yeah. Most won't even ball. Most will just get by. That is reality.
Like TV and rap videos and all that got everybody messed up.
Stop it.
Yeah, nah.
There are a lot of easier ways to get rich. It's just like I tell everybody think being a rapper is easy. I say, bro, if you don't really love this shit, if you're not really passionate about it, if you think this is just gonna be some quick, easy lick,
no, sir.
I'm gonna tell you, it's easier ways for you to get money, man.
No, sir.
You can be an electrician. You can learn a trade that pay very good money. Go to college and live better than a lot of rappers. Yes. And guess what? It'd be guaranteed. I shot the dice to become Lil O.
And then you don't know about the enemies that you got that you don't even know that you got.
You don't want to live a life that's where you're looking over your shoulder and that kind of pressure every day when you step out. That's something that ain't worth no matter how much money you making. Even if you're doing good, it ain't worth that.
But you know, to say that is crazy though, because I think that is a new era of the rap game. Because how dangerous it is. I remember growing up, I would always tell my niggas, like, man, hey man, when we get out these streets, man, we ain't gonna have to live like this.
Exactly.
We ain't gonna have to move like this, you know, because, you know, my circle was legendary gangsters. Mac Biggles and all they well known, you know what I'm saying? Be like, bro, when I make it, we ain't gonna have to live like this no more. And then sometimes I say, man, look how I'm living, man. Like an animal, moving like an African warlord. Who have I wronged? I ain't never been a jackal, man. I ain't never took down nobody. Why do I have to move with guns and security? And I'm not even in the streets no more. It ain't all. It used to be like we getting out of this shit, and now even all the way out, I still gotta move like this. That is what the hate and jealousy has done to our community.
Hate factor.
And I hate that for myself. And for K Reno to say to have to live like this, live like what? Like an artist? But we really living like drug lords, man. And it's sad. It's sad, man. And
talk about the mentality of a lot of our young people that are in the music business that have actually successfully made it and they getting money.
Yeah.
And they still want to have one foot in or still want to kind of immerse themselves in that life.
You know,
is that cloud or just you just trying to press, make sure I ain't sold out the hood or what is that?
I don't know, because I think if you really lived it, man, you would know, man. These niggas gonna trick you off the streets, but I still find it weird because it's like I still look like, man, I can't believe this nigga's made it like this and is still playing these kind of games. You know, these niggas wouldn't see like, cause they've reached spots that Lil O don't even know about, and I'm still trying to get to. I can't imagine having that kind of action. And you get what I'm saying?
Still playing around.
Yeah, because I know what these niggas. I know I can never be real enough. I know what these niggas gonna do. I don't mind being the whole ass nigga. Yeah, I'm a whole ass nigga. Fuck you niggas. I have no problem with it because I understand what these streets really is. Yeah. So when I see guys with millions of dollars and all kinds of and still moving like that, I ain't gonna lie, man. It's kind of disgusting to me, man.
It happened so fast for them because these cats be 19, 20, 21. Dude, you just in high school or whatever. And so you get that money so fast. It's kind of like if you chop a chicken's head off real quick, his body don't even realize what's going on. He's still moving so fast. So I think a lot of it got to do with that mixed in with the, I guess the systemic aspect of it to where it's set up for them to crash out like that as well.
But I disagree. I disagree with you, Reno, and this is why I did, and I say that respectfully.
No.
No, you know, I say that respectfully.
We sitting up here acting like we sit up here acting like we agree with that. When you did that, this underground dialogue, if you say something that Trump, I don't agree with, speak on it, and I'll do the same.
I hold them in very high regard. You know what I'm saying? But the reality is, I think we can't become a people of enablers. Lack of accountability is killing us, and we got to quit making excuses because you know what? We not the only 19-year-olds and 20-year-olds that become rich and famous, but we are the ones that always ending up in prison or dying. And what is different? There's a clear cultural mind state that is killing us. And we got to quit making excuses for saying he's 19, he's 20. Yeah, all young men make mistakes. But the level of mistakes that we're making, and it's so many of us making that same mistake. Someone has to be brave enough to say, cut the bullshit. Enough is enough. It has nothing to do with age. It has nothing to do. You niggas are stupid and need to stop. And we need to, for the sake of loving our babies and loving our little bros. You know, it's like, come on, man.
Sometimes we get targeted into the fact that a lot of times it's not too many big brothers in the neighborhoods now. You know, dude.
That's the problem. Yeah. That's why snitching is so See, back then, we knew who the cowboys and who the Indians was. There was cops and robbers. The robbers knew the cops were supposed to be chased by the cops. And they understood if they got caught, I'm a robber. You know what I'm saying? You are a superstar. Ain't no one targeting you. Why are you in a situation where they have their eyes on you? What are you doing that should make them take their eyes off of real deal criminals to put their eyes on you. See, accountability will make you say, what am I doing? How am I moving? Who am I moving with that makes the feds want to follow me? What am I doing? Am I waving guns on Instagram? Am I talking about killing real people at real times, at real locations on songs, dropping addies? Am I pulling up, shooting people? And am I really in the car being the driver during the drive-by and I'm already a multi-millionaire? See, a lot of times that the lack of accountability is killing us, man. Ain't no one talking. You niggas gotta learn how to stay out the way.
And that's true. Let me push back. Because at the root of everything that we see is a systemic move. It is a systemic move to destroy black men, whether we agree with it or disagree with it. Now, accountability and personal responsibility does have a place. But when you got somebody, like I said, that come and he was a teenager 2 years ago, and now he got $8 million, $10 million fans all around the world. He's not even able to process how to control his own ego. He's not even in a situation where he even knows how to manage his money at all. And he's still in a mindset that's a part of that lifestyle. And now he's thrust into corporate environments. He's thrust into decision-making processes that he never had to make. Then naturally it's gonna be some misunderstanding that he doesn't know. And factor in the degree and amount of yes men that are now in this man's life. Now, everybody wants to be close to his money. Everybody wants to be in the entourage. So he got a lot that he's dealing with. Of course, he got to know better. He knows that I shouldn't be packing his gun. He knows that I shouldn't be the one trying to sneak dope on the plane. So when I can go to the next city, I already got my weed and I ain't got to do all that. So that's there. But I do believe that we live in a system that throws the alley-oop a lot of the times. And sometimes we catch that bad boy and we windmill it down. So two things can be right at the same time, and elements of certain things can be right at the same time as well. To Keisto's point, I do think that it's been a lack of big brother aspects of it. Because like even when you was doing what you was doing, I'm sure you had older cats that told you, say, man, you know, how long you gonna do this? You know, hey man, you can't make no career. You ain't gonna retire from this.
For sure.
This gonna pull you out. You're not gonna step out. So just that word alone would be enough to make a brother say, 1 out of 10, 1 out of 20 say, yeah, you know what? I ain't gonna do that. You know, I never condone what our young brothers doing, because we come from an age where we had rap beef and we left it on record. But they come from an age where, like you say, they putting up. They saying, drop your location, and they doing it themselves. So the system is the prison system, the educational system, all of these things, the government, CIA, FBI, they are all, DJ Vlad, cats like, they are all implemented into this rap game to try to destroy it from the inside out. And a lot of us are falling victim to it. So it's up to us to grab these young brothers and say, look, man, this is what they trying to do to you. Don't fall for it. After the message is delivered, like the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, he said, all we're charged with to do is deliver a clear message. After we deliver that message, okay, now you're on your own because you know. But
on this note, the last thing, just to, I think it's strength in, okay, everything you're saying is true, but if a child touches a hot pot, right, he moves his hand. If he does it again, he moves his hand. But after a while, if the child keeps touching the hot pot, eventually we have to say something's not right with this child.
But you gotta
wait, hold on. You're gonna say something's not right with this child. Why does he, and I think now in the year 2023, we have so many examples of niggas failing by being tricked off the streets, moving bad, being targeted by the government.
Yeah.
We've seen so many traps
Mm-hmm.
that by now I've seen so many traps
Mm-hmm.
that by now I think there's a certain level of awareness where you can't say you didn't know about that trap now. Now, new traps, there's always new traps, but I don't believe, I think there's certain traps we still shouldn't be falling for anymore.
I believe it. I agree.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. We come from that mindset.
Yeah.
But I'm trying to think at the mindset of the young kids, because now they got it to the point where you got a whole culture that'll get their own. This is the way they become famous, by touching the hot pot. And then you got a lot of people that film it on Instagram or whatever. They be like, they give you money to touch it by the hot pot. How many times you touch it, and how many more views you get, and how many more views you get. You got so many.
And the labels are complicit.
Doing it. Yeah.
The labels don't want to sign. They would never sign. You'll never see a conscious rapper be super commercially successful or mainstream. They're not gonna ever let that happen again. So all of the rappers that you see reach those levels of commercial success, they're gonna be the ones who are crashing out, the ones who are speaking out.
I don't agree with that.
Well, I mean, the reality shows that's what we're looking at. We see
that. Let me fuck your head up. Cause I used to think like that too, right?
Uh-huh.
I used to be like, man, these white folks, man, they ain't gonna manipulate, they only gonna push this and that. But we are now in the era now of the streaming era where a lot of us have more power and more ownership than we've ever had. We have our own TV networks. Mm-hmm. We have way more CEOs. Look at what they signed. Look at the TV shows they putting out. And then when I look to see who put out this TV show, and I look to see it, and it's a nigga that look like one of my cousins. And you know what I learned, man? These niggas will do you 100 times worse than the white folks will even do you, because they ain't got no shame about it. Not even the white folks will put that out. See, I watch these niggas get the rock. And the shit they'll do to manipulate their own people, you got to have a different low level of self-esteem to do that to your own. We can't blame the other people no more. A lot of these niggas pushing this shit, signing this shit, promoting that shit, going back to the majors and telling them what to promote. When you take off that mask and you say, wait, who is doing this? It's gonna blow you away. It's gonna be a nigga. Yeah, you ever seen?
Hell no.
It'll break your heart.
No.
It'll break your heart. But I'm telling you, I done seen it. I won't tell you nothing. And not only have I seen it, I've seen it multiple times. Remember on Scooby-Doo when they say, let me find out who's the culprit.
Yeah.
And they rip off it and it's him.
Oh, it's Mr. Johnson.
I've seen it so many times.
Well,
and I said, boy, you did this. It'll break your heart, K-Reed.
Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I get in trouble. Let me tell you why I get in trouble, and why I've gotten in trouble, like on YouTube platform, because I have made mention of the individuals who I know for a fact own media, own and control media, own and control government, own and control social media, own and control radio, whatever you can think of, Hollywood, all that. I've made mention of those individuals. This is documented, researchable information where you can say, who owns this station? Who owns that entity? Who owns this? And it's gonna go to the same source. I don't want us to get shut down right now. Mm-hmm. Maybe later we'll get shut down. Yeah. But the reality of that is that even if you have a black man or a black person who can start his label up, start his company up, and he may get it up just like we did with independent labels back in the days where we would start a label up and man, O selling 50,000 on his own. That's boss stuff. You a boss. But it's a bigger entity that will say, okay, well, if you really want to boss up, I can give you 25 million, 30 million. I can put your music out. But now you have to play by a certain set of rules that I dictate, that I lay out for you. And what those rules are going to normally stipulate is going to be that, okay, no disrespect, Sexy Red, this is what you rap about. Now, it's not to say that she's rebelling against it. It's not to say that she's not in a state of ignorance that makes her say, okay, well, it's an easier thing for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fact that she's targeted. This brother is targeted to say, he'll do it. He'll do it. Bring him in, exalt him, lift him up, lift her up. This will poison the minds of the young people, the impressionable young people who are going to listen, and now the community starts to suffer. So it's a hidden hand. It's a hand we see, it's a hand we don't see, and you know, we can agree to disagree, but that's the reality of why we see it.
I believe there was a time it was definitely like that, but I just think in this era, a lot of the gatekeepers are dead.
Hell no!
Just me. That's just my personal.
I hear you.
A lot of the people that had power to be able to control who has access to what and who gets to hear what and see what, they don't have that anymore. We have way more freedom and choice now, and when you look at the people putting it out and promoting it, a lot of times, in my opinion, I've been shocked to know it's other black people. And the reason why I'm also so used to it is growing up in Nigeria, you understand how corrupt and how bad young people do you. Because a lot of these African countries are very rich countries, but the people are so poor because the niggas in power are so greedy, are so cutthroat, that the way they exploit their own people for the gain of so little. That's how you see some of these rich countries in order to stay in power, they'll lie and say, what's the colonial powers doing it? Because it's easy to have a finger to point at when the people say, why are we still broke? And we got all this oil. We got all this coal. We got all this. It's easier to say, well, I'm being oppressed. These colonial powers is doing it. But a lot of times is, when you look behind the doors, they really cutting it up. But they don't found a way to get the brand and cutting it up for themselves. You got enough power to where you can make a change to make sure all these people ain't living like this. But it benefits you more. It benefits you more to hoard it for yourself and blame the white man. That's how you stay in power. That's how these dictators stay in power. It's the law of the jungle. And I've seen it so many times. A lot of times, if you give, it don't matter, from Maine to Spain, niggas, when they got the rock, man, the way they did their own, man, do you know how rich a lot of these African countries are, man? Yeah. Don't when people say, oh, they're not all being oppressed anymore over there, man. The niggas over there that run them countries is greedy, grimy, selfish as fuck, dog. A lot of those people shouldn't even be living like that. Yeah. They do it to their own people.
I can understand. I can understand where you're coming from on that point. That's a world problem. That's a problem that trickles all the way down.
What's a money problem? It's a community cultural problem.
What I mean, the mentality.
Yeah.
The mentality of the rich dominate the wealth and then give everybody else crumbs. That's a world problem, and governments have been for centuries guilty of that. Mm-hmm. Now, if you're speaking about Nigeria, which you say is a black country, a black run country, you know, but I've never been to Nigeria. Yeah. I can only speak from my experiences of living in America. Yeah. And I know that the blueprint to those types of behaviors, those types of actions, nobody carries that out greater than we see it in America, regardless of what we've seen or heard, because I base my speeches and my words on what is researchable, what can be vetted, and what can be traced to a root. And I don't like to always repeat the word systemic
Yeah.
But it's a word that's necessary because it represents a system that was created to carry out a specific task.
Without a doubt.
And we are the victims of that task.
Without a
Now,
doubt.
to your point, because the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches this, he says, once you know what the white man has done, once you know what he does, then you can't spend your life dwelling on that and always using that as an excuse. But we also got to know that there's a difference between an excuse and a reason. And if I say, well, this is the reason why us as a collective are in these types of conditions in certain areas, then that's not an excuse. An excuse becomes where it's like, dude, it ain't nothing wrong with you. You got able body. You standing on the corner in front of stores asking people for money. You just try. You know, so it's a situation where us not knowing who we are, us being stripped. You got to think everything that we had, and that's why I commend you just from giving us the history on Africa and Nigeria and all that. And then you said, man, to go there and see that it's a country ran by black people. Yes, everything we had was taken from us. If you ask me, like, well, man, what's my? I don't know if you mind saying like whatever your last name is.
Oh, okay, Magnus Lawson.
Okay, but your father's last name is of Nigerian descent?
No, that's it. That's my real last name.
Okay. So I couldn't tell you what my origins was in terms of my last name. I got a freaking German last name.
Well, colonialism, that's obviously
right.
Went back to too, because guess what? These were all European colonies back then. I'm pretty sure Magnus Lawson was eventually somewhere along the line. You know what I'm saying? Look, we all different boats. We all the, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, it's neither here and there. All I'm saying is, look, man, as we grow and we get more blessings, we have to accept more responsibility. Yeah. And that's all I'm saying.
Responsibility comes with what though? Knowledge. Can you hold somebody responsible who doesn't know?
I refuse to believe a lot of these guys don't know no better, because I know them and they're very smart, because you have to be smart in this game to get to a certain level to run these companies. A fool can't do it. Make no mistake about it. It takes a very smart man to be self-employed and run a profitable business. A foolish man can't do it. A lot of these guys know exactly what they're doing, and ignorance is a big business. And once you learn how to exploit it and make it profitable, it is powerful. And black men are very smart. We are very smart people. And I refuse to believe these men don't know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. They're taking advantage of it. And as long as they're not called out on it and they can lie and say they didn't know any better, they will continue to do it, just like the dictators.
I believe aspects of it.
They know what they're doing, bro.
I believe aspects of it they do know better, but I think it's just the depth of it. Like, I know at 17 years old that I shouldn't sell this dude's mama some dope. I know that. I don't care if I'm 15 years old. I know that. But I don't know that, okay, well, you know what? The reason why we have guns in the community, the reason why we have crack in the community, if you want to go back to that era, is because the Central Intelligence Agency set that whole thing up.
Absolutely.
So I may not know that. I may not know that me at 18 years old, if I get caught with these few little rocks, it's a law set up that says I'm going to do 25 or 30 years, where this white man is going to do way less than that if he gets caught with some powder. So these are things that at 16, 17, 18 years old, I don't believe these guys are privy to that information. Yeah. So, but the right and wrong, basic aspects of it, yeah, I agree.
Well, we're not talking about that. We're talking about the companies now. If we're talking about that guy, of course. But the guys, once you've risen, all I'm saying is once you've risen to a certain level, to get to that place, you have to be a special kind of person. And that's all I'm saying.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
You have to be it's different to be the plug and to be the guy in the corner. It's two different people.
Nah, you got to be mathematically equipped,
Exactly.
scientifically equipped. You weighing stuff on scales, you breaking it down,
and that's all.
Yeah, and that's our natural intelligence. Yeah, but you know, beautiful conversation, man, with the legend, Lil O, man, and this what the Underground Dialogue podcast.
Yeah, this is why I came.
You know what I'm saying?
I was I didn't talk too much about the views.
We barely talked about that. We got a little music.
We gotta tell about it. Tell them where to get the
The
album.
new album, The Greatest of All Players, streaming on all platforms now. It's an incredible album. You already know some of the hits, Date Night, Trill. Check out all my new videos, man. Also, my brand new single with Sean Solo, When They Sleep, off of Waterworld 2. I'm going crazy right now.
No doubt.
Big record. Hey, man.
No doubt.
Thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me since day one. All my social media, follow me, SUC Lil O. That's SUCLILO. Hey, man, it's honor and privilege. Thank you for having me.
I'm honored. Look, this our first time we see each other in passing. We rarely get to chop it up, you know. Tonight, man.
For real.
And you know, we on the Waterworld project as well, but O is 100% right. The single he got, that's the one that's taking off on the project, man. So y'all make sure y'all support that and support all. You got everything.
Everything.
Go support out. See, like if sometimes somebody else got it, I might not push it like that. But go back and get all of Lil O's music. You know, the streaming game is what it is, but get it how you get it.
We talked about a couple of things. Go and listen to Food on the Table if you haven't heard it. Because those 3 verses will change your life.
Thank you, man. Thank you for
change mine.
Honoring me. Thank you for having me. Thank you for
number of respect.
And I appreciate it, man. Thank you for supporting the movement. Make sure you check out the new music, man. It's the Fabric with the Cheese.
The Underground Dialogue podcast, man. Speaks for itself, man. It's your big brother K.
And your boy Keith Stone.
Man, we are.
Well, right now, man, we can honor one of the most important movements, the biggest movements that we ever had. And all them other names look up to the people that some of in this crew. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, Reno, what's up, baby? What's going on, bro? South Park Coalition, baby. Love y'all niggas, man.
We couldn't honor the 50 years of hip hop without talking about the motherfucking South Park Coalition. We got the coalition in the building itself, man. I'm talking about the best rapper from Houston, period. The motherfucking GOAT himself. I'm talking about K. We hear the love. Before we say anything, from the top to the bottom, y'all make some noise if y'all believe in God one time, man. That should always be the loudest noise you make. I'm not gonna do a bunch of talking because I got my family, I got my brothers and my sisters with me, and I'm gonna let them say some things too. But the first thing I want to say is that we so proud to be a part of the foundation of Houston, Texas, because to be honest with you, we was here when there wasn't nothing but trees and forests. Yeah, we wanted an organization that chopped them trees down, cleared their land up, and helped build this foundation. Yeah. But we
What's up, man? It's your big brother K.
You know,
And check this out, man. The Underground Dialogue podcast is offering advertising opportunities, man. You can promote your business, you can promote your video, your song, whatever it is that you have, man. Reach out to us if you're interested in promoting on the Underground Dialogue podcast. All you got to do is email us at undergrounddialoguepodcast@gmail.com. Get it. And man, look, we got some merch that's gonna blow y'all mind. It's gonna blow y'all. When y'all see the merch, y'all gonna be wanting to just dive through the screen.
We got some coming for you, man. We building, man. We building. So watch that we grow.
Already.
I wonder if they ready. They ain't ready to have this conversation. Or these kind of conversations. But guess what? We gon' have them anyway. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. Underground dialogue. We gon' tell the truth. We ain't scared like a lot of y'all. Matters who they are. Do we bow? No, not at all. Dropping bombs on this wicked world, so it gotta fall. From the industry to the Oval Office, we expose the darkest motives of them all and disclose what the protocol is. Thinking and moving logical, stopping every maneuver possible, and apologizing for truth is not optional. We gon' help you with what you go through, reshape and mold you, and sweep over them weak lies they told you. If you living with no clue, we gon' deprogram the old you, and you get to keep your soul too.